Hello, I'm Matthew King,
And I'm Zach Greenhill.
and we are newly elected members of Congress for the state of Wisconsin.
College costs are becoming a very big issue for our district. They are rising at an alarming rate. So how are we going to address the issue?
Nationwide, here are the averages people are paying for different types of tuition. $9,410 for in-state tuition, $23,890 for out-of-state tuition, and $32,410 for private tuition.
Those numbers are extremely high and they are only getting higher. So how do we fix them? There are multiple different approaches that we are looking at and trying to weigh out. One is the idea of canceling current student loan debt. Looking at a plan like what President Biden's doing with the student loan relief plan.
The other way we are looking at is dropping the rising cost of tuition, or at a minimum, putting in a price freeze. Our next interview is with Seth Schutzkis, who graduated from UW-La Crosse in 2022 with a computer science degree.
I do think that college costs too much, and I think there's a few reasons why, and a few things we can do to lower the cost for the majority of students. First off, for example, at UWL, students pay over $1,400 a semester for non-allocable segregated fees, and what that includes is a lot of services that many students like myself will never be able to utilize. For example, each semester there's a $141 fee for intercollegiate athletics, which is something I never partook in, and if we want to lower costs for all students, if students want to participate in those athletics, then they have to pay a fee themselves rather than all students.
Here is President Joe Biden talking about his new student loan debt relief program.
Tribal communities across the country. Our student loan program is designed to give just a little more breathing room, my administration is working to provide up to $10,000 in student debt relief and up to $20,000 if the person seeking the relief received a Pell Grant. Because to receive a Pell Grant, your family income had to be very low. And so you have to make under $125,000 now to get that relief. And for borrowers out of school, nearly 90% of that relief is going to go to people who have incomes under $75,000.
While this is a good step forward into looking at how we can potentially fix the problem, there are many big problems with this proposal. One of the problems being the fact that it'll average out to be costing U.S. taxpayers $30 billion every single year for the next decade. That's from the Department of Education. Our second interview was conducted with Dr. Galen Greenhill. He worked with the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater for over 30 years, first as a political science professor and then as chancellor.
Lower college costs generally. Part of that is the loan. If colleges in some think that they can keep jacking up the fees as long as the students have, they think, the access to them. So colleges, colleges always have more ideas that they'd like to spend money for than they have money. But that is a part of the whole problem of high costs for students.
So in conclusion, there's a lot of different ways to go about tackling this big issue. It's very complex and it's going to take a lot of time and research to really find out what the best solution is. But it's important that we work together and try to find a way to bring both sides of the aisle together to work on this and try to pose real solutions to the problem that can benefit all of the American people. We thank you for your vote to get us into Congress, and we hope we can do the best that we can to meet the expectations that you set for us.